Do I really want to change the wheels? These actually originally came on the car. They were turbine wheels. Okay, we successfully got out in traffic. More gas, more gas. Hello, welcome to Gearhead 704. I'm Matt, and today we are talking about what is next for Project FoxBody Tarheel. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, if you're new to the channel, this is my '89 Mustang, and it was a GT. Now it's kind of a Cobra clone-ish, but really it's kind of my own custom project, and it just had a major paint job done to it. And I want to talk about today what the next things we're doing, because there's a lot left to do to this vehicle. Don't get me wrong, I love the paint job, and there's a lot that's been done to it in the past, but there's still more. There's always more to do. You know, I think it's a problem with us car people is that a project is never done, and mine's certainly never done. So today I'm going to fill you in on all those details. If you want to catch up on the build and you're not sure how we got to this stage, I've got a playlist of all those videos in the description below, so check it out. And these are the wheels that you saw in the thumbnail. These actually originally came on the car. They were turbine wheels that came with it in 1989. But if you want me to rock the turbine wheels on the Mustang here, if you think I should be rocking the turbines, let me know in the comments down below. And yeah, we'll see, but I'm pretty sure those are not going on. And really they've been off the car for, you know, pretty soon after I got it, maybe kept them on about 2 years. And we went with these Cobra R's, but that kind of is getting us into the first thing I want to talk about, and that is the wheels. I really want to change the wheels, not so much necessarily. The big thing I want to change here is actually the brakes, okay? Because if you can see, these are actually stock brakes. I think they're only 10-inch rotors, and well, I've certainly replaced the pads in them. They've just got, stock FoxBody brakes are not very good. They weren't good with the natural horsepower of the car, and mine has been modified. And you can actually see in the back, for those that you don't know, most of you probably do, we actually have drum brakes still. So we're still rocking the drums in the back. So yeah, brakes, definitely needs brakes. I want to upgrade more to 4-wheel disc brakes and make probably like 13-inch rotors at least. The brakes were pretty good. A lot of on the SN95s, like the 94 and ups, those were a lot better. I actually already have a brake booster. I'll go ahead and show you real quick. Okay, so the brake booster, I already had to replace it one time, and it's actually an SN95 brake booster already. So I've got that going for me. But other than that, you know, it's still the stock brakes, and so what's very common is if you go ahead and go to 5-lug instead of 4-lug. As you can see, I still got the 1, 2, 3, 4 lugs, right? 5-lug's a lot better because you can get better brakes in there as well when you do both. Now you can certainly upgrade the 4-lug brakes, but if you're gonna do that, you might as well go ahead and go 5-lug. So that's what we're looking at. We're looking at upgrading the brakes, going to 5-lug. We do have another problem here, which I'll show you as well, we need to work on. If you can see right there, that mark is where the oil should be, and it's down at least a quart by what I can see here. The reason why there's a mark is this is actually the wrong dipstick. And I actually bought the car with this dipstick. I'm not sure why it's the wrong one, but we checked the part number before in an old video and found that out. So yeah, this really isn't the right dipstick. But anyway, we know that that level's right. But you can see it's down. So this is an issue I've known about for a while, and what we think is going on. What the current theory is 2 things. One, maybe the motor is not broken in all the way yet. I know it probably, I think it only has like maybe 1,000 miles on it since it's been rebuilt. And then the other possibility is this intake here, intake manifold, doesn't actually have a PCV valve system. And so there's not a lot of places for the pressure to go. We have this one here, which does let some of the crankcase pressure out, but there's nowhere else for it to go. Now the thought is if we go with like a PCV valve style intake, that would also take some of the pressure off and maybe the oil wouldn't burn, you know. I don't know if that's the case, but that's the thought. So we might be changing this intake manifold, see if it makes a difference. Also, maybe the motor is just not broken in all the way yet. So that's kind of the idea there. And also it would be pretty cool, honestly, to have a Cobra intake manifold. Since this is a Cobra themed car, I think having a Cobra intake manifold will be pretty cool. They're hard to find though. You can't just buy them anymore. You got to buy them off of eBay. So I'm thinking about that. I could potentially lose a little power unless you do a extrude hone version of the Cobra intake. But honestly, I don't really care too much about the horsepower issues anymore. I mean, this car, well, it's plenty fast for me and fun. It's not gonna be the fastest thing out there. You can build them so much faster if you get a newer Mustang really easily. So more, this is just about making the car work right. So we've got that. That's what's going on with the intake manifold. We're probably gonna have to change that. We do have, like I talked about, the brakes, 4 to 5 lug conversion. And of course, the biggest thing I want to do, and I've already hinted at it in another video, is I want to lower this thing. Right now, it does sit a little bit lower than stock ride height just because of age. I'm lowered by age. It's got the original springs that are 30 years old now. So, you know, they've worn a bit over time, but especially in the back here, it's just way too high. So I would like to lower the car. And that's probably the first thing I'm going to do is lower it. I am pretty excited about that. And yeah, it's just going to look so much better lowered. So lowering's probably next. Then brakes, which means 5 lugs, of course. And then we'll have to get some new wheels because these wheels will not fit it anymore. So yeah, that's kind of the deal there. Okay, so actually it's still about half quart low. I only put a half quart in it. So what I thought, about a quart down. So I'm gonna throw another half quart in it and we'll get going. So we are in the car now, and I've got Mrs. Gearhead with me. And so I was just telling the audience, like, kind of the next things I'm gonna do in the car. You know, and you may be aware of some, but not all. So you get to find out early because I haven't published the video yet. Oh, and let us know how the seatbelt is going too, because you know, I just replaced those, so see if it's still better. Mine is not. I'm still having to snap mine, but again, I explained why in that last video. So if you guys haven't seen it, check it out. But yeah, so what we're planning to do for the car, definitely lowering the car. That's gonna happen. Okay. I really want to do that, and then the rest of the stuff's a little bit up in the air. I was talking about the brakes, and I'm sure you guys can hear because this car is quiet. I was talking about the brakes are basically stock brakes, which aren't very good for this car. So I was looking at changing the brakes, upgrading the brakes. But typically when you do that, you also change the number of lugs in the wheel. And right now it's 4 lugs, and might change it to a 5 lug at the same time. Right. Which means we'd have to get new wheels. But you know, we're not looking to do anything in the engine soon. So, well, other than we got to figure out this burning oil issue, which might just be the intake manifold, we're not sure. Guys, this is only the second or third time I've driven the car since it's been painted. The reason why is I want to get Expel on the car, and the Expel is to keep the rocks and those kind of dents out, so I'm kind of scared to drive it right now. Oh, so we got to get out in traffic here. Okay, we successfully got out in traffic. Successfully got out in traffic.
I have not touched my seatbelt.
Really? Seatbelt's good then. All right.
I felt this has had the most tension I've ever had sitting over here.
Really? Okay. So that must have been the problem. So I'm sure if my seat wasn't back further, this side would be working too.
Right, yeah, I put it through the little holder.
Okay. Here. We're just gonna go get some lunch, guys. But before we close out this video, I want you guys to tell me in the comments down below what's your favorite 5 lug wheel is. If you're a Mustang owner, a FoxBody owner, if you have one or you have some wheels you like, let me know in the comments down below what your favorite is and or what you think should go on this car. And I will let you guys know I'm not crazy about chrome, but you know, if that's what you like, that's fine. It's probably not going to be chrome on this car, even though a lot of people seem to think that would look good. It's just I'm not much of a chrome guy myself. Okay, so I'm actually a little nervous. I've got the car parked out here without Expel, and I'm hoping no one will actually come park by me. But we'll see. If there's nothing at the end of the video, the car is good. But I'm a little scared right now, but hey, you got to drive it a little bit. I must say that the car does look really good, so I'm loving it. Anyway, that's what's next. I hope you guys are gonna enjoy following the progress on those builds. If you did enjoy this video, please hit the like button. If you're stopping in for the first time, or if you've been watching for a while, please subscribe if you haven't already. And we'll see you next time on Gearhead 704. okay, it's still here and nobody parked around it, so I feel a lot better.